So in today's video, I want to talk about why it is so hard for moms to be present in their lives. And no, this is not a guilt trip because you're on your phone. These have nothing to do with your phone. Let's hit it. The first reason that moms just find it so hard to be present with their kids or whatever they're doing is because they have so much to do and they don't have enough time to do it. We have so much to do and it feels like we don't have enough time. And actually, because modern life has added so many conveniences and it's like we don't even have to go to the grocery store. We can just click a few buttons and go get all our groceries. Because there have been so many convenience additions to our lives, it has actually meant we add more and more things because we think we have time and life is overloaded. So the truth is, if you've got 50 things to do, now it doesn't matter if they actually need to be done, we can extrapolate from this, but you know, if we've written down on our list or in our head, there's 50 things we need to do, we really feel like we need to do them. Then if our kids want to sit down or talk, or they want to tell us a really long story about their make-believe game, or just want to sit, play Lego with them or Barbie, and we've got a constant stream. I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. You don't need to berate yourself for this because it's actually totally natural. It's totally natural that if you have tons of things to do, but none of them are getting done, you're not going to be able to be present in the moment, because what's going to be happening is your brain is saying, you got this to do, you got this to do, you got this to do. This is normal. So now, of course, we can talk about priorities. You're gonna prioritize your kids over your to-do list, right? I mean, we would all say that, our families, we're gonna prioritize that. But we still got all that stuff we gotta do. We gotta do it. So the key is take all the things off your list that don't actually have to be done. Put boundaries around the time you need to do them. Your kids can wait. They can sit there. They can play. You can get up early or you can stay up late or whatever it is. You gotta get the things done that truly need doing. You just gotta get them done. You gotta stop procrastinating, because if you don't do them, they're gonna stay there in your brain and annoy you. Remove everything, make a plan to actually do the things that need to be done, and then you will actually find your brain will allow you to enjoy the present. The second reason moms find it hard to be present is because we have a lot of unsolved problems consuming our minds. So similar to the first point I said, if you have got some open-ended problems, so it's something that's going on, a situation that's not working, something that's happening with one of your kids you know is not quite right, you got relationship problems, financial problems, job problems, health problems, whatever, insert your problem, your brain is going to be ruminating on it. It's literally how we're made. We are made like this. So you can either berate yourself for thinking about your problems, or you can solve your problems. This is where I land. So I'm not saying it's all easy and all these things have like a quick fix. I'm not saying that. However, unsolved problems create tons of stress. They actually create stress in our spirit, soul, and our bodies. Part of the reason we can't be present is because we got problems we know that need to be solved, and lecturing ourselves and being like, it's much more important that you focus on your kids right now instead of this. Of course, we know in the grand scheme of life, our children are more important than our problems. However, a lot of our problems directly affect our children, and we gotta solve them. Similar to the first point, we gotta dig in. Make a brain dump of all your problems, okay? This is gonna be so not fun. Make a brain dump of all your problems. Some of these are gonna have a quick fix. You know, one thing is a problem, two of your kids stay up messing with each other at bedtime instead of going to sleep, okay? Immediately you can just put one of them on the couch. Done. Some of these are gonna have easy fixes, right? You need to think outside of the box. Who cares what anybody else thinks? Don't be trying to find some picture perfect solution. Solve any of the problems that are quick. Then you have the other problems left. You're gonna have to find some solutions. If you need help, get help. We gotta do what we can to make sure we solve our problems. The third reason moms struggle to be present is because we're introverted and we need time alone. If you are made to be alone and that's how you energize yourself, you're just gonna have to have some time alone, or you're just gonna be always craving it. Your instinct is literally going to be saying, kids, go away from me, everybody leave me alone, I have to be alone. And so if you never actually do this, then you're always going to want to do this. You're gonna be in a crowd and you're gonna wanna get alone. You're gonna be playing games with the kids and you're gonna wanna go alone. Anytime somebody else comes around and you're like, they can watch the kids, I gotta go over here in the room and lock myself in the bathroom or my closet to be alone. Because if all of yourself is driving you to be alone, it's because you need to be alone more. You could berate yourself and condemn yourself and be like, it's so selfish to want to be alone. You could do that, and then you're just gonna live like this forever until your kids leave, and then you're gonna be fine because you'll have lots of time alone, and then you're gonna feel guilty you spent their whole entire childhood wishing you could escape them. Or you could just take some time alone. The fourth reason moms struggle with being present is because our nervous systems are shot and we can't relax. I had a super viral post, my first ever viral post, on hypervigilance, which is what we have to do if we have like a 2-year-old, a 1-year-old, a baby. We're watching them, you know, don't crawl over here, don't jump off the couch. They're trying to go outside, they're trying to like lick the cat, whatever. You gotta watch them all the time. And it's very stressful. So if you have a lot of babies in a row and go through pregnancies, you know, we're sort of, I don't wanna say we're not malnourished, but we might not be optimally nourished. If we're having stressors at home, stressors in our marriage, stressors with extended family, all of these different things. If we are constantly dumping cortisol in our bodies, I'm no scientist, I study liberal arts, go Google this. But if we're constantly, you know, dumping cortisol and adrenaline and all these stress hormones in our body, we just start living in this heightened state and eventually our adrenals crash. This is when, if somebody can kind of come up behind you and make a noise and you're like, you know, like it was some terrorizing thing when it was just a little noise. It's because your nervous system is on edge. This is not a quick fix, and I'm not saying it is, but I just want to comfort you and say, when your nervous system is on edge, when you're in adrenal fatigue, when you're past the point, you want to escape because you literally want to go somewhere and lay down forever and be left alone. This is how your body is wanting to heal. We don't have that luxury when we got a bunch of kids or one kid or a job or whatever it is. We don't have that luxury, but we can take the steps needed to heal that. There's a lot of ways to do that. That's not in the scope of this video, but I just want to comfort you. If you're feeling like your nerves are shot, this is a reason why you want to escape, because you want to escape to try to heal them. The last reason that we struggle to be present is because we're just in survival mode and we're driven to escape. So a lot of these are similar, and my hope is that you feel encouraged when you listen to this. You're not just a bad mom. It's not just like, I just struggle to be present because I'm not being mindful. It's not that if when you're sitting with your kids, you just like pinch yourself to keep yourself in the present, that this is gonna work. I mean, it kind of will work, but it's not a long-term strategy, because the issue isn't that you don't want to be with your kids. It isn't that you don't enjoy their company. It isn't that you don't know how. It's that all of these other things are so urgent feeling to your spirit, soul, body, mind, nervous system. They're trying to pull you out and help you heal. They're trying to say, red flag, red flag, red flag, listen to me, I'm crumbling, I'm crashing, you're ignoring me, you're trying to play Lego, you can't play Lego right now, we're all going to die. This is what your nervous system is telling you. We typically end up in survival mode because of problems, or because of lack of sleep, or because of just lots of unfixed problems. So the solutions to a lot of these really are similar. It's just to step back in life, and we need to figure out what our boundaries are in these areas. I've written a whole book on this. You know what to do, people. If mama ain't happy, why minding healthy boundaries is good for your whole family. So this is something you might need to do from the ground up, have sort of like a life rebuild, and that's okay. That's okay. But what I want you to do in the meantime is stop berating yourself because it's hard to be present. The reason it's hard to be present is because there are other things happening that need addressing. You don't need to spiritually bypass and be like, I'm just gonna pray to be more present. Of course you can do that, but it's not going to work if all of these other issues are gonna constantly, your mind's just gonna bring them up because they need to be dealt with. So my next video, linked above, is why modern moms are so miserable. And some of these are gonna tie right back in and help. Till next time.